Okay, good morning. Welcome to the session on drones. I think the title Drone Revolution is very appropriate. My name is Frank Park. I teach at Seoul National University. My field is robotics, and I'm very happy to be the panelist. Zexiang Lee, he's a professor at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. But to this crowd, he might be better known as the co-founder of DJI, which is obviously a very well-known company. So he started out as a sort of an applied mathematician, and then he somehow worked his way to being an industrialist. And now, in addition to DJI, he has several other companies. But today, he's going to talk mostly about drones. So without further ado, I think we'll begin with Professor Zexiang Lee, and he has a little surprise for you. So keep your heads low, okay? Okay.
Yeah, just before my presentation, I'd like to take the risk to conduct two experiments. Okay. The first experiment, I think my bag was here before the speakers were there, so you may wonder what are in my bag. Okay, so this is, Frank and I, we were both graduate students in the States 30-some years ago. So now we are professors, so we still inherit the same culture, carry a school bag all the day, okay? So you may wonder what is in a professor's school bag. So I can just open it up for you. Very typical, okay? And of course, this is a laptop, which we always carry with ourselves in this section. And the front section are some of my personal stuff. And this, I get my clothes. I come to Seoul. It's cold, okay? And, well, I have books to read, okay, before bedtime, okay? And, well, what else? Oh, yeah, okay. Probably there's one more thing. It's the size of a water bottle and a personal drone, that you can put on your pocket whenever you go, and you can probably, fold it. So it is called the Mavic. Okay, it is the version 2.0 of the drone revolution, and perhaps I can take a second risk. Let my colleague see if he can fly, okay? And I don't want to hit my colleague, so I will put it somewhere in between, okay? Oh, okay. Hi. So actually, this little drone, okay, is only 700-some gram, in weight, and equipped with 4K camera, and also gimbal stabilizer for very steady image, like the Phantom, and has a maximum range of 7 kilometers. And of course, if you try to reach that in, Seoul, depends on which area you are. Some region has restriction. Some region has a more relaxed restriction. So it will conform with all the restrictions in the region automatically. You don't have to worry about. And it also has the AI technology collision avoidance. Try to follow a particular person from the back, from the side, or from the front. Okay, so I think I like to, because many years ago, when I went to Mount Everest to test the first generation of, drones, we have to rent 4 trucks, okay, to load all the equipment and go to spend 12 days to go to Mount Everest. So I would like to give you a history, for the rise of the drone age, technology, and some of the background. So this is what I'd like to share with you our experience on this. So, and of course, we did not start from scratch. We are on the shoulders of many, many giants who made contributions, especially people from the robotics community. But before that, of course, you could read that, before it was military use, and it was, people in the robotics community tried to bring that, into civilian and the commercial applications. First, in the University Research Lab by Professor Takao Kanedi at the CMU Robotics Institute, and my former advisor, Professor Shankar Sastry at UC Berkeley, and Vijay Kumar UPenn, and many others, okay? And the beginning of DJI, you can trace back, from Hong Kong UST, which was established 25 years ago. I joined the university 1 year after, and I started my own research lab in robotics. And of course, I teach, I publish papers, and so are my students in those days. And after that, they go to work for big companies, go to schools in the States, and then work for big companies. So that were the typical tradition, okay? And the disruptive change in my lab, okay, happened when I taught a robotics design competition course called the RoboCon. It was actually organized by the Asian Broadcasting Union, okay, for students from different countries to design, build robots, okay, to engage in competition. And that changed everything in my lab because the students have to, do hands-on, and they also go to Shenzhen to buy components to make a PCB and the manufacturing. So they know the whole supply chain in Shenzhen, and they take benefits. And from that, that was Frank Wang, in the RoboCon class, and for his final year project, he just wanted to build a controller for, stable fly of a helicopter. And that was the very shaky controller of his final year project. And of course, in order to pass the final year project, I have to give him challenge. Fly that over the glaciers of Mount Everest, okay? And then in 2006, he registered a little company in Shenzhen, tried to sell a few controllers to hobbyists in the community. And after that, this is version 1.0, the first Phantom, okay? All integrated drones, and they inspire for commercial use, and that won lots of recognitions and also awards. And this is the family that since then we have been able to develop, okay? And of course, lots of milestones, benchmark, as phrased by Michael Moritz of Sequoia. And so I'd like to spend a couple more minutes on the, applications. What kind of potential impact will the technology have on our daily life, okay? And of course, the first application, all the movie, film, entertainment industry now is gadgets. They cannot, they cannot do without it, okay? And also for inspection of high-rise structures, such as Telecom, we have, for the Seoul Tower, there are lots of dishes. And every day you just put up a new one. You don't try to, understand what's the interference, what the problems with the existing structure. So using a drone, instead of sending workers to climb up, you can do the measurements, do the inspection, okay? So we can save, just in the States, more than 300, deaths, okay, because of the accident. And also, bridges, high-rise buildings, dams, solar panels, inspection. And the 3D maps, okay, after you're taking your videos, photos, you can construct precise 3D maps instantly, okay. And also firework, and there was an accident in Los Angeles, and in a high-rise building, and nobody know, what is going on inside. So there was a DJI fan. He took his Phantom, okay, and they help to plan rescue and also evacuation operation. And also power lines, gas lines, inspection. And if you equip the drones with a different kind of sensor, thermal, infrared sensor, you can monitor the crop growth, okay? And based on that, you can, spread pesticides, in a precise and, efficient way. Okay, so before, you saw a footage of the farmers in China to spray chemicals. Each year, there are 30,000 deaths, from the misplacement and the misspray of the chemicals. And also, 60% of the pesticides are wasted. And with the drones, you increase the efficiency by more than 100x. And also, you can make it much safer for the farmers. Okay. So, on the delivery, this is, and of course, Chinese famous actress, actor made a proposal to the actress and the successful delivery of a golden ring. Okay. And of course, I think we are into, drone is, an example of the coming robotic technology. And the impact, first revolution, in the computer, in the internet, mobile internet. And we all believe that robotics is the next big killer application, including drones. And I think we benefited from the manufacturing ecosystem in Shenzhen, China, which is called the Hollywood of makers. And before, this place served the need of big companies. And now, they would serve the need of startups and the youngsters, small companies. So I think we learned a lot. How do we utilize this ecosystem? And we have, from all those DJI and many other experience, way to, change the future career of the youngsters. Instead of getting them to the finance or to the big companies, getting them to start up something completely new. And so we built up a robotic incubation facility with all the mistakes and all the lessons we learned. And we hope to get them just like Frank Wang in early days, from idea to products to, scale up operation. So that is actually what we are trying to do. And also, many other students follow the footsteps of Frank Wang in, China. And that, I think, concludes my talk. Okay, yeah, thank you.
The World Knowledge Forum